I'm going to demonstrate here how you can register as a returning student. So at this point, we're assuming maybe say you are a second year, or you are a third year, or maybe a fourth year for those doing degree programs. And then you are returning, you want to register. As usual, if you didn't do your academic year registration for that academic year, or for your third year, or for your second year, then that is what you have to begin with. So if I want to register, for example, say I'm in third year, I'll come here, I'll come to register, then here, term semester registration, then I pick this. Or rather, I want to start a new session. So I'll come back here and then I go to new level session registration. So this is going to allow me to register for a new level. Let's say I'm now in level 3. So I can come here, pick my level. I pick my level. I'll pick which session am I dealing with. Let's say in this case, I'm in this session. Okay. Then if I already have that, the system will give me an error to say you already have this registration. This doesn't mean that I have to go back and choose something else. No, because this simply means I already did my academic year registration for this for my third year. So I don't have to do this. Otherwise, if I didn't have this, all I had to do is like pick, choose the level, pick the session, and then, if I know that I'm in class B, I'll pick class B there. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to submit this. But since I already did this, I won't have to go through this. So now the assumption is that I registered academically for third year. Now I want to register for term 1 in third year. Okay, this is where now you go to your term registration. So come here, and let's say I come here, and then what sessions do I have, or what academic years do I have on my profile? So here, ideally, if you've been actively enrolled for say 3 years, you should have 3 records here, one for year 1, year 2, and year 3. If you've been there for 2 years, you should have 2 records here, one for your year 1 and one for your year 3. So in my case, I'm just trying, so I only have 1. So I need to register for term 1 according to these details here. So there's no way I'm going to skip term 1 and go to term 2. The system won't allow that. So if I go down, the system is able to pull out the fees I need to pay. So according to this, the system says I don't qualify to register. So I need to pay some additional money for me to be able to qualify to register. So at this point in time, you can't do anything, but you have to register. So what you can do is you can make use of an agreement form. When it comes to making use of the agreement form, the amount that you should pay attention to is not this amount here, but pay attention to this amount here, outstanding balance after. So what this means is after all these bills are applied to your account, your balance is going to come to that, and that is the balance which you need to clear. Okay, so what you need to do is you can fill in an agreement form that is equal in amount to this value here. So what I'm going to do is this is 4,157. So I'll fill in an agreement for this. So how you do that is you go to registration, then credit agreement. Then I want to make a new agreement form, and then I will put in the details of the sponsor, and then I say, for what purpose do you want to use this? To be on the safe side, what you can do is pick this option, others, and then specify to say I want an agreement form for something like 4,200. So I'm picking a value which is higher than what was the balance on my when I was trying to register. So I want an agreement form for this, but of course this is not just a custom, but you have to plan how you are going to pay this money. So you can say, okay, talk to your parents and agree to say this amount of money we're going to pay it in 2 installments, and then say we'll finish paying everything by say a date like say that, and then so you put in the date and then you agree to the conditions here. So after you do this, what you do, you click on create. So the system will create the agreement form like this, but when you come to the status, since it's showing add payment plan, this won't go anywhere. And of course, this is the amount that we had filled in. So what you do is you come on here on view, and then you make a payment plan of how you are going to pay this amount of money. So you can say, for example, according to your plan, you say, okay, on the 3rd of March, I'm going to pay 2,400. Okay, and then on March 28th, I'm going to pay the remainder, the 1,800. So I've completed all the amount here, and then I can say submit. Okay, and then I click that. Okay, so notice that now my agreement form is complete. It's now pending. So what happens is accounts is going to process your agreement form. So what happens basically, in case you want to just know what happens, is accounts will go into their profiles, of course, and then your agreement form is going to be listed with accounts first. So they'll find your agreement form like this, and then they'll pick it like this. They'll look at your payment plan and say, okay, it makes sense. So they are going to say, it's fine, you can proceed. Okay, so you do this and then say approve. Okay, so when they do this, this is cleared here, so it will go to the next level, which is the level of the vice principal. So vice principal also will check his list. Okay, so we check his list and be able to find your agreement form here, and when they click here, they'll be able to see your agreement, your payment plan. If vice principal is okay with your payment plan, they can reject or they can approve it. So if they decide to approve it, just put something like, say, approved, and then you say approve. So when they do that, then they have cleared your agreement form. So now let's go back into your account now. So if you go back to your account as a student, you must be able to find the same thing, and you should receive a notification that the agreement form has been approved. So if you come to registration, then credit agreement, you find that your agreement form is here, meaning you've been approved for this amount, So if you can come on view here, you see the payment plan, but anyway, the key thing is it's been approved. So what you do next is you can come here, you go to back to registration. Now you say I now want to register with the agreement form. So here I'm going to select the session I want to register for, which is that. So term 1, and then this time around I still don't qualify, but since I have an approved agreement form, what I'm going to do is I'll click here and say use agreement form. So it will bring for me to say this is the agreement form amount which I had been approved, amounting to that. And according to this, the system now says there you are now eligible to register. So at this point in time, since this amount here on the agreement form is higher than this, then it's going to allow me to register. So at this point in time, all I'll do is I'll just click on submit and then do that. And then that's it. I'm registered in level 3, term 1 by making use of an agreement form. Register by making use of an agreement form in case you don't have enough money. So you don't have to hold back, even if you're owing some amount. Filling the agreement form, once it's approved, then you can use it to be able to register. We want everyone to register so that you can have an accurate record on the system.